Okay, so the myth is multi-well pads and cluster drilling reduce surface impact. I talked about the logical nonsense there. It's not reducing, it's creating surface impact. It's a choice between not having any or having it. The truth is that multi-well pads and cluster drilling facilitates and prolongs intense industrialization. The photographs I showed you, I think, bear that out. And they leave a longer and larger footprint than what we've been used to in New York State. So what? What are the health impacts? Long-term noise, dust, and light pollution. Nitrous oxide emissions from all the heavy-duty diesel engines operating on the pads, on the compressor stations. Higher spill probabilities. If you had 10 or 12 or 16 wells on a pad, the probability that a spill is going to occur is greater than if you have one well on a pad. Why? Because you're now bringing 5.5 million gallons times 16 to a place instead of 80,000 gallons to a place. I'm sorry, even the sixth graders here would understand that probability. Venting and accidental emissions of produced gases increase because it's a heavy industrial activity that occurs over a long period of time, and much of the ancillary equipment that remains behind, the condensate tanks, the dehydrators, the compressors, they run forever. And they vent and they leak. Somebody had their hand up. Yes?
You have a half-mile by 2-mile track that's going to be drilled. And let's assume they get their 60% people wanting to lease. The other 40% of the people, what if they're right in the middle of that pad? Will all that equipment be placed right in the middle of their property?
The answer is probably not, but you have to read the fine print in the compulsory integration law. If you are an unwilling, and I'm not using the correct terminology here because I'm not a lawyer, if you're an unwilling participant that does not give the company the right to surface access to your land, unless they claim some sort of eminent domain to put in a pipeline, in which case, sorry, eminent domain rules. So if you say, I don't want you on my land, I'm not going to sign as a willing participant, they can't come on your surface, but they can take the gas from underneath you, and then they have to compensate you for it at the minimum allowed by law.